The Salem stalker nightmare, Steve's fatal error, and Stephanie's dark past returns. Welcome back to the channel, your #1 headquarters for all the juicy, gritty, and absolutely insane drama happening right now on Days of Our Lives. If you think you know what's coming for Stephanie and Alex, think again. Grab your coffee, or maybe something stronger, because we need to talk about Steve Johnson's botched plan, the Jeremy Horton red herring, and the terrifying theory that Owen Kent is back to finish what he started. Let's dive deep. Alright, let's start with the man, the myth, the legend, Steve Patch Johnson. We all love Steve. He's Black Patch. He's the guy you call when things go sideways. But folks, I have to be honest with you, he thinks Steve is losing his touch, and this upcoming storyline proves it. Here is the situation. Steve is concocting a master plan to catch Stephanie's stalker. He's roping in Stephanie, Alex, and Jada Hunter. Ideally, this is the dream team. You've got the brawn, the brains, and the law. But there is a massive, glaring problem that is about to blow this entire operation sky high. Spoiler alert, that photo frame Alex and Stephanie received, the one that looked like a creepy but harmless gift, it is bugged. It has a listening device. And Steve, the super spy, doesn't know. Now, pause for a second. How does Steve Johnson, a man who has taken down international cartels, a man who checks his own shadow for bugs, miss a listening device in a suspicious package delivered to the victim? This is what drives me crazy. It feels like the writers are nerfing Steve's intelligence just to advance the plot. If I'm Alex and I'm entrusting Stephanie's safety to Steve, I'm expecting a sweep of the apartment, right? Because of this oversight, Steve is going to outline his entire trap while the stalker is listening. It's a classic Trojan horse scenario, but in reverse. Instead of sending a trap in, they've invited the spy into their living room. This changes the dynamic completely. The predator isn't walking into a trap, the predator is sitting back, eating popcorn, and listening to the prey explain exactly where they are going to hide. This brings us to Alex and Stephanie. Imagine the psychological toll this is taking on them. They are trying to build a relationship, trying to find some normalcy, and suddenly they realize their privacy has been completely violated. When that bug is finally found, it will bet the paranoia is going to go through the roof. Alex Kyriakis is already a tightly wound spring. We know Alex, he loves hard, but he reacts aggressively. He wants to be the hero. He wants to be the Victor Kyriakis of his generation's protector. Finding out that he failed to protect Stephanie from a listening device in their own home, that is going to crush his ego and spike his aggression. But here is my theory on how they can flip the script. The spoilers suggest Steve might want to beat him at his own game. Once they find the bug, they shouldn't destroy it. No, no, no. That's amateur hour. You leave the bug active. You feed the stalker disinformation. Imagine a scene where Stephanie loudly says, "I'm going to the cabin alone tonight," while Steve and the cops are actually waiting in the bushes. It's the classic counterintelligence move. But can Alex keep his cool long enough to pull off an acting performance? I'm not sure. Alex wears his heart on his sleeve, and his rage might just blow their cover before the trap is sprung. Now, let's talk about the suspect, Jeremy Horton. The evidence seems to point to him, but does it really? Here is why I think Jeremy is a total red herring. The timeline doesn't add up, folks. We know Jeremy was stuck at the Salem Police Department all night before that gift was delivered. Unless he has the power of teleportation or a secret accomplice we don't know about, he physically couldn't have placed that gift. But that won't stop Alex. As I mentioned, Alex is looking for a punching bag. He needs somewhere to direct his fear and anger. Jeremy is the perfect target. He's connected to the situation, he's acted shady in the past, and he's an easy mark. I predict a massive physical confrontation between Alex and Jeremy. Alex is going to rush to judgmentus. He always does and attack Jeremy before the facts are in. And honestly, I feel for Jeremy here. He hasn't been formally charged. He's trying to clear his name, but in Salem, innocent until proven guilty is just a suggestion. Proving a negative is impossible. How do you prove you didn't do something when the whole town has turned against you? I think we are going to see a really dark, desperate side of Jeremy as he tries to outrun this mob mentality. But if it's not Jeremy, who is it? This is where things get terrifying. My theory. The sources are right. We are looking at the return of Owen Kent. Remember Owen? The guy who kidnapped Stephanie years ago. The guy who was obsessed with protecting her. This fits the profile perfectly. The listening device isn't just about stalking, it's about ownership. A stalker like Owen doesn't just want to watch, he wants to be part of her life. By listening in, he feels like he's in the room with her. It's intimate, it's violating, and it is exactly Owen's MO. The spoilers hint that Stephanie will still be kidnapped despite all these precautions. This is the tragedy of the storyline. They are going to focus so hard on Jeremiah the wrong guy that they will leave the back door open for the real threat. Owen returning brings a level of psychological horror that we haven't seen in a while. This isn't just a ransom kidnapping, this is obsession. For Stephanie, this is her worst nightmare coming back to life. It forces her to relive that past trauma. And for Alex, if Owen takes her, Alex is going to go nuclear. We might see a version of Alex Kyriakis that is darker and more violent than even Ben Weston was in his prime. So, here is the bottom line. Steve needs to wake up and check for bugs. Alex needs to control his temper or he's going to hurt the wrong person. And Stephanie needs to watch her back because the ghost of her past is coming for her. What do you guys think? Is Steve slipping? Is Jeremy totally innocent? And are you ready for the return of Owen Kent? Let me know your theories in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any Breaking Days news. Until next time, keep watching.